Assalamualaikum everyone. Hi, a very good day to all of you. And you are again with me, Madam Shai. And today we are going to take a look at another reading strategies, that is reference words. Okay, so what is reference words? Okay, reference words are one of the rhetorical devices that allow a writer to create cohesion throughout a text. Using reference words helps us make our text cohesive. So what is cohesive? It's more like togetherness, to make the text comes together and it's related to one another. Reference words are words that point backwards or forwards to other words or concepts that have already appeared in the text or are about to appear. Okay, so that is the basic term of reference words. Now let's take a look at reference words in how they are being used. Basically, reference words are used to refer to people, objects and ideas that have been mentioned earlier, or reference words refer forward to people, objects and ideas that will be mentioned later. Alright? Okay, next. Two important things to remember about reference words. Reference words cannot stand alone. They must connect with other words to complete their meanings, and they are used when new information is added about the things that they refer to. So reference words means that sometimes when we wanted to talk about something, we cannot just mention the person's name, for example. Okay, so we cannot just mention through and through the person's name. So we have to change the person's name into something else, like she or he or her. Okay, so the words her, for example, in that context refers to whom. So refers to which person. Okay, so in this example here, in this sentence here, they are used when new information is added. What are they? So in this case, it is reference words. Okay, in reference words, like I mentioned in the example before this, when you wanted to talk about somebody, your best friend, you cannot just say him or his name or her name. Sometimes you have to change the name into something else. So that is what we call pronouns. A name that you give that is to represent other people. Words that relate the parts of the reading text with each other help to reintroduce ideas and avoid repetition of similar words in the text. So this is very important. That is why you need to understand the use of reference words. Sometimes when the author is writing about something, they don't repeat the same thing or the same person that they are mentioning over and over again, and they replace it with something else, with some of the words to refer back to the person. And pronouns are normally used as reference words, and there are two types of reference words in pronouns, anaphoric and cataphoric. You don't have to memorize this anaphoric, cataphoric. That is just some technical term. What you have to understand is how it is used. The idea in anaphoric, the idea referred to in the text is mentioned before the reference words. For example here, I went to Ali's house on Monday. He looked sad. So in this case, who is he? So he is Ali. So the question is, who is he? And your answer should be Ali. So this is what we mean by, this is what it means by reference words. Next is cataphoric. The idea referred to in the text is mentioned after the reference words. When she arrived, who is she? The idea is mentioned after the reference words. Megan was shocked to see the door of her house wide open. So in this question, she refers to Megan. Okay, so that is the meaning of reference words. Okay, so there are the forms of reference words as well. personal pronouns, relative pronouns, possessive pronouns, comparative pronouns, sorry, this is a typo, and also determiners. So if you're not sure what is personal pronouns, relative, possessive, and comparative pronouns, and also determiners, you can go and search for the information on the internet, and then you can continue with the lesson. Okay, alright. Okay, personal pronoun here. I, you, she, he, we, they, it. This is personal pronoun. So if in the text these words appear, so you have to understand who are they referring to when the author mentions she, he, they, it. Okay, in relative pronoun, who, whose, whom, which, what, where. Alright, and this is some of the possessive pronouns, and these are some of the comparative pronouns. Okay, moving on. Okay, sometimes the author also uses determiners as the reference words. For example, the word the, and then singular this and that. This refers to what in the text. That refers to what is that in the article. What about the plural? These and those. So you have to understand the difference between this, that, these, and those. This, that is singular. These, those is plural. So when you answer the word, the word that this word is referring to, your answer must be, this one is singular. Your answer for this one must be plural. Okay, so if the question asks, that refers to what? So your answer must be in singular answer. However, if the question asks you what those refers to, your answer must be in plural form as well. Okay, and there is other reference words used. For example, here is determiners. Determiners, for example, and, any, another, one, another, other, others, each other. Okay, so you need to understand when the author mentioned these words, what is it actually the author is referring to. Okay, so this is what we call reference words. Now let's take a look at an example. So first of all, you have to read the whole paragraph. Many reports have been published on natural disasters that happens around the world. It is claimed that most of them happen due to ignorance. For example, many forests have been illegally cut down, and due to that, wild animals lose their habitat. Wild animals are unable to hunt their prey, thus forcing them to kill human beings who intrude into their habitat. Okay, so the underlined word here is the question. Okay, and for this tutorial, to make you understand better, I have already highlighted the answer that the reference word is referring to. For this case, the word them refers to what? So we can see that them is plural. The form is plural in nature. Okay, them. It has to be plural. So your answer must be plural as well. So as you can see, it is claimed that most of them happen due to ignorance. What happened due to ignorance? So the answer is natural disasters. Them, and then the answer must be plural. Okay. The next question is that. So we know that this and that just now is singular. So one event, one person, one thing. Alright. So what is the word that referring to? You can see here. For example, many forests have been illegally cut down, and due to that, wild animals lose their habitat. Due to what? Due to forests have been illegally cut down. One event. Okay. And next, the word they are prey. So they are means possessive pronouns. It means that ownership. They own that thing. So the sentence here, wild animals are unable to hunt their prey, thus forcing them to kill human beings who intrude into their habitat. So the word there means who, referring to wild animals. So the note here, the answer must be in this form, wild animals apostrophe, because it is in possessive pronouns. So that is how you should answer the questions when it comes to reference words. Okay, so if you want more details about reference words, there are a lot of other notes and also information available out there. But for now, let's take a look at the question paper, how reference words looks like in the question and how to actually answer them. Okay. Now let's take a look at the reference words. So this is, I'm still using the same question set. Okay, first you have to read the article given. Okay, now let's take a look at question 1 for part A, question 1. What do the following words and phrases, what do the following words and phrase in the passage refer to? So this is reference words. So 4 questions, 4 marks. Question 1, a more private channel. Question 2, who. Question 3, there. Question 4, it. So your job is to identify what does this phrase, a more private channel, refers to. What is the channel, or what are the channels? Next, who. It has to be a person, right? Next, they are. Again, it's possessive pronouns, and you know it's plural. And then it. It is singular. So let's take a look at the question or the article and try to identify the answers. Now the first one, a more private channel, line 11 and 12. Okay, here. Okay, this is the question here. They already highlighted it. Okay, now let's read the article. After they manage to befriend with you, again, the topic is online dating scams. After they manage to befriend with you, they will suggest you to move the relationship away from the website to a more private channel, such as telephone, email, or instant messaging. So we know that a more private channel could be this, right? Referring to this. Okay. Alright. That is correct. Okay. Next, who? Line 23. Let's take a look at who. Line 23, who. The word who. For example, they may claim to have a family member who requires immediate medical attention, such as an expensive operation or financial hardships. Who refers to what? Okay, so in this case, it refers to a family member. Okay, a family member. Who? Next, line 31, the question, they are. Okay, they are. Here, they will create some reasons why they need you to send the goods, but this is just a way for them to cover up their criminal activity. Whose criminal activities? So you have to read much further. Other than that, sometimes scammers. Okay, now I know. Whose criminal activities? The scammers. Now we know that this is a possessive pronoun, so the answer should be this one. Okay, because it is a possessive pronoun, so the apostrophe is needed. It is compulsory here. Okay, if the answer is plural but in possessive form, possessive pronoun, so it is supposed to be scammer apostrophe s, like this one. If the question here is they, not their, his. Okay, for example, one person, so scammer without and then apostrophe s. However, since the question is in plural form, so your answer must be plural first, scammers, and then possessive pronouns, you have to put the apostrophe, scammers. Without the apostrophe, your answer is wrong. Okay, and the last question, the word it. It in line 36. Okay, here, over here. Besides, sometimes the scammer will tell you about a large amount of money or gold they need to transfer out of their country and offer you a share of it. A share of what? I think the answer is this one. Now let's take a look. Okay, so the answer is a large amount of money or gold or large amount of money. Okay, so there you go. That is how you are going to answer reference words. Remember, first you have to identify what do the words refer to, and as it is used in the passage, the answer is available somewhere within the article. Next, you have to understand whether it's a plural or singular. So if it's plural, then your answer must be plural as well. If it's singular, for example, who, your answer must be singular as well. And then you have to understand whether it's possessive pronouns or not. If it's possessive, to indicate ownership, then you have to put apostrophe. And then again, check for your spelling as you answer. So in total, for reference words, the total marks is 4. Okay? Alright, so I think that is all for today for reference words. Till we meet again in another video about reading strategies. Alright? Okay. Have a nice day.